Hello and welcome back to Chasing. Sorry about that. Pakistan have won the first game of the Super Fours, comfortably beating Bangladesh by 7 wickets. In the chase, it was Imam was 78 of 84, and Mr. Mohammad Rizwan not out 63 of 79. A brilliant performance from Pakistan. It was the bowlers who set it up for them. Haris Rauf, sublime bowling. If you just check his figures, 6 overs, 19 runs, 4 wickets, economy of 3.16. Well supported by Naseem Shah, who got injured in the beginning, but he came back. Thankfully for him, he picked up 3 wickets in his 5.4 overs. And yeah, it was an incredible bowling display from Pakistan. Their pace was too much for Bangladesh, and there was something in it in the pitch. You saw even the Bangladesh exploited the conditions a bit well. There was a bit of seam movement in Lahore. It wasn't the flattest of wickets, and that's why it took Pakistan a bit of time. There was questions on their intent with batting, but it was a trickier pitch as than usual. So, mere hisab se, I think, yeah, very good performance from Pakistan. Their points on the board. The net run rate is healthy. Commentators think they should have made it more healthy, but I think it's good enough going into the next game. Their bowlers again showing how class they are, and Pakistan looking very strong, getting momentum. Runs for Imam, that's a big positive for them. Again, Fakhr not getting runs, got a 20, but getting out early. उन लोगों के लिए थोड़ा सा problem है वो Fakhr Zaman. They need him to get into full zone, and these are good batting pitches, so they want him to do well. Imam again showed that in tricky conditions he can go counter the new ball and score some runs, and it was a fabulous innings. Babar, one kept low to him, थोड़ा सा अनलकी था उन्हें, and रिजवान तो भाई मिडिल ऑर्डर में सॉलिड हो गया वो. लाइक हम लोग बोल रहे थे कि मिडिल ऑर्डर में कैसा खेलेंगे रिजवान, वो T20 में तो ओपन करता है, लेकिन यहाँ पे जो है अगर आप देखें मिडिल ऑर्डर में अच्छा रोटेट स्ट्राइक करता है, उसका इंटेंट बॉल वन से अच्छा था. He was finding the boundaries, played the pull shot well as well. Leg side पे बहुत strong था आज रिजवान, and yeah, it was a very confident performance from him. From Bangladesh's point of view, they'll be very disappointed with the batting performance. Apart from the old guard Saqib and Mushtaqur, there's nobody else really to score runs for them, and they will be a bit upset with that. I think they won a good toss. They could have put Pakistan under pressure if they got 250, 280, but yeah, the fast bowlers were too much for Bangladesh. The top order got blown away. Mehdi Hassan, yeah, coming off 100, but this is a different kettle of fish when you're playing Shaheen, Haris, and Naseem. अलग challenge रहता है ये तो उसके लिए मुश्किल था. But yeah, like apart from Mushfiqur and Saqib, no one really got runs, and those two also they put on 100 partnership. But if they could have just kept going, get to 100, that would have given Bangladesh a good chance. Of course, you can't blame them solely. You have to look at the other batters. Mohammad Naeem, Miraz, Litton Das got off to a good start as well. Got out. Tawheed, Shamim Hussain, Afif Hussain, all of them can bat, but nobody really contributed, and that's where the game was done. I felt bowling wise, they were good. They bowled their heart out, but fielding didn't really support them. Shariful Zabardast bowling kara bhai. He was very good. He really impressed me, Mr. Shariful, with the left arm. Zabardast getting the ball to go in and out. And yeah, I really enjoyed his bowling. I'll be very honest with you. Overall, yeah, Pakistan will be very happy with that performance from the boys. That's what 2 points on the board in the Super Fours. Not many people have been not many people have been been able to trouble Pakistan in this tournament. Let's see. India ka to आधा game hua tha. Let's see what happens on Sunday if the rain stays away. India Pakistan, that's going to be a crazy encounter. Everyone's looking forward to that. One concern for Pakistan, another one apart from Fakhr Zaman, is the middle overs. I think that's thoda sa issue. Shadab not getting wickets. Aga Salam got hit a bit. Iftikhar was good. He bowled well. लेकिन spinners का थोड़ा सा मसला है. लेकिन also the pitch उतना conducive नहीं था to spin. अब आगे जाके देखना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज अगर आप देखें ये गेम में भी पार्टनरशिप बन गया था between Saqib and Mushfiqur. Of course, they're very class players, experienced, so they are going to, on a good batting surface, make runs. But that's a bit of a concern, like when you've got the team down 50 for 4, 60 for 4 on both occasions, then you let 100 partnership go. I think that's where the spin bowlers need to be a bit thing. You can blame Babar's captaincy, but I wouldn't do that because he has to rotate his fast bowlers as well. He can't just run them to the ground and bowl 10 overs on the trot. वैसा तो हो नहीं पाएगा. And that's where the spinners have to come in. Shadab, I think Iftikhar bowled well today, but yeah, Salman Agha too needs to chip in and get some wickets for Pakistan. But yes, overall, Pakistan will be very, very happy with that performance going in to the next game against India. They have points on the board. This was the last game in Lahore. Now the tournament shifts to Colombo. That's where where we are right now, and hopefully the rain stops. There's a bit of rain here and there. We have showers happening. Even today there were spurts. There was an hour shower in the afternoon, and there's an hour shower in the night too. तो हमारे forecast भी दिखा रहा बारिश हफ्ते के लिए, but hopefully the rain stays away, fingers crossed, and we get to see a good game. I'm just trying to download a particular stat that my co-host Mr. Faiz Tahir has brought to us. And get it done for you guys. But yeah, overall, Pakistan with 2 points on the board. Again, batting wise, I'll say Fakhar is एक जगह है जहाँ पे थोड़ा सा मसला होगा उन लोगों के लिए, लेकिन otherwise they're looking good, man. Batting looks good. I think Amrit Sohail is a bit too critical, about their net run rate and all that. They're playing well. बीच में light चली गई थी, वापस आए boys और फिर batting करे comfortably. And when you have a bowling attack like that, man, it's incredible. It's really good. I just want to see them keep going, because Naseem Shah did get injured in between, but hopefully he'll be okay for the next game. There is that concern, when you keep playing every game, and they're traveling as well. Pakistan, between Sri Lanka and Lahore, Multan, they've been traveling between two countries. It's not easy for them. Like I said before in the preview, it will be challenging for the Pakistan boys. But so far so good. Now they have to go to Sri Lanka. Will their game change? Will they have all their bowlers fit? Will the bowlers be able to produce the same energy like they have throughout the tournament as the tournament progresses? That is the questions that I have, because it is challenging with the travel and everything. It's not easy. Different conditions. Also in Pakistan, it's completely different pitch. In Sri Lanka, it's going to be a completely different pitch. And they've already played a game in Sri Lanka, half a game in Sri Lanka. Lekin phir bhi, like, the travel gets to you, man. It's not that easy. Like, it's not that easy to keep going like that. तो अब देखेंगे क्या होता. That is one challenge for them. Shaheen picked up a wicket, 6 runs in over, but still on a pitch like that, I think he bowled pretty well. Under lights, I saw a bit more movement, but in the day there was a bit of purchase. There was some movement, but still nothing to really say that it was a 190 pitch. I felt it was a 260, 270 pitch. Seeing what happened, maybe not the 300 pitches we've seen in the past in Lahore, sorry. लेकिन अभी के लिए ये match particular pitch, I think 260 270 तो gettable था. I think Bangladesh could have got to that, but when जब कमर टूट जाती ऊपर, there's a lot of pressure. Then even in the middle order, when they consolidate, वहां पे अगर wicket चले गया, even after 100-run partnership, then they can rip through the tail. And Pakistan have done a really good job, I would say, in ripping through the tail. They finished off innings. Yes, they struggled a bit in the middle overs, but their power play and death bowling has been top notch in this tournament, the best in this tournament, and you have to give them that. You have to give credit to the bowlers over there. Yes, there is in between, of course, the opposition is there to play as well. They're good batting conditions, the quality players in the opposition, so there will be partnerships. But the way they cleaned up the tail and the way they started and put pressure on the top order, I think incredible. Pura kamar tod diye the fast bowlers, and that's when you have to give Pakistan credit, in my opinion. They were really good with the ball, and the bowlers are setting up the game for the batsmen. It was a comfortable chase in the end. Imam Ulaq, like I mentioned, he's that type of player who likes these kind of chases, and he did well not to give his wicket away. There was a couple of close calls, pitching outside leg, but yeah, and also another call, I think, which was reversed against Mehdi Hasan. But overall, I think he was good. There was talk about intent and all that, but I think he did what the doctor was ordered. They still won with like 15, 16 over to spare. Their net run rate is not going to be harmed. It's actually going to be strong now. They did the job. It's about getting the points on the board, and the net run rate is a bonus. And they've done well. I think net run rate wise also, they've done well. It is a very healthy run rate. They won by 7 wickets. They won with wide a few overs to spare. And yeah, for me, the player of the match, Haris Rauf, I actually predicted him to be one to watch out for, and he was incredible, because Haris Rauf is that kind of player. Either he'll pick up wickets or he'll go for runs. Sometimes it can be both, but today he ran through that delivery, the clean bowled. I think it was the first wicket he took. That was outstanding. The short of length also, he bowled good length. Jo bowling kar raha tha, he got the ball to rise. Haris was incredible. And Shaheen also in the beginning with the new ball, the way he got Mehdi didn't have a clue what was happening. This is a different kind of fish, like I said, like, compared to at the previous game. Fakhar, Ibrahim bhai, अस्सलाम वालेकुम, खैरियत से हैं आप? Fakhar, we link now, but अब शान को तो वापस नहीं लाते होंगे. Will stick till the World Cup, or do you expect change करते हैं? I think देखो भाई, they might play him till the final if they do reach the final, and then they'll have to make a decision because it is kind of a concern. But I would still back him till the finals if I was Pakistan because he is an X factor player. But it is a concern, especially in subcontinental conditions. ये तो लाहौर का pitch तो अच्छा ही है. Last 2-3 games जो खेल रहा है उन्हें, they're good pitches and he's not being able to score. Even in the Afghanistan series, he was not able to score. So it is a cause for concern. Shan Masood, look, he's a more Imam type player. He's decent. I think he's a character, but more Imam type. Fakhar gives you the X factor that you need at the top of the order. नहीं तो थोड़ा सा यूनिफॉर्म हो जाएगा अगर आप देखें इमाम बाबर रिजवान और आप उसमें शान को भी ऐड कर दिया थोड़ा सा यूनिफॉर्म हो जाएगा. फखर इज दैट लाइक थोड़ा सा लाइम जो डालते पेप्सी में लाइक पैलेस हाइट्स में इब्राहिम भाई वो वैसा है. Fakhar is a bit of X factor, so I'll keep backing him if I was the Pakistan team. And fingers crossed for them that he scores runs because yes, it is worrying. His form is worrisome. I'm not going to lie. मेरे हिसाब से he's struggled ये conditions में. मैं तो 2-3 हफ्ते से देख रहा हूँ अफगानिस्तान के अगेंस्ट भी यहाँ पे भी he struggled. So hopefully he gets back in from some few good shots. I thought he was in good nick in the beginning. He looked comfortable. He was more attacking than Imam actually. He's the one who was getting the boundaries to flow initially in the innings. लेकिन फिर जाके थोड़ा सा he gave his wicket away and yeah, unfortunate, but let's see what happens in the next game. But thank you for your question. जो भी सवाल हैं पूछते रहिए. अभी हम लोग कोलंबो में हैं. यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा ऑड बारिशां हो रही, लाइक दोपहर में 1 घंटा हुई थी, ड्रिजल हुई थी, फिर एक वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग शावर एट अराउंड 8 o'clock फॉर हाफ एन आवर. बहुत जोर की बारिश, तेज बारिश थी, बट आधा घंटा, फिर उसके बाद रुक गया. अभी बारिश नहीं हो रही इन कोलंबो. होपफुली मैन, inshallah the rain stays away because I don't want another India Pakistan game to be abandoned. यहाँ पूरा है श्रीलंका और अगर मैच आने होंगे तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. भाई पाकिस्तान बॉलिंग देख के मजा आ रहा. फहीम नवाज का करेक्ट डिसीजन था. Very good point, Ibrahim. Very good point. At the toss, they mentioned that faster bowlers can है कुछ on the pitch. They saw something yesterday and they grabbed it with both hands, and Fahim did pick up wickets as well. I felt he bowled well and kept the pressure on, and ठीक है, Salman Agha didn't have the best of times with the ball, but Iftikhar did a good job as a spinner as well. So they do have options. ऐसा नहीं है कि नवाज को नहीं खेले तो एक ही स्पिनर खिला. They have options. They can split overs between Iftikhar Chachu and Salman Agha. वो लोग के पास है. Up their sleeve, Babar has that. So that flexibility that Pakistan have, horses for courses, they can play in different conditions. Now you might see Nawaz back in that India game because he'll give you batting like Fahim, but also maybe if it's a slower pitch and if there is spin purchase, then you might see him there. But I think because Nawaz and Shadab didn't take wickets in that India game, maybe they continue with this team. Depends on the conditions because that game was in Kandy. Now this is going to be in Colombo. But yeah, Pakistan have that luxury. They have a medium pace all-rounder. They have 2-3 spin all-rounders as well. So they have a good luxury over there that they can play. And उन लोगों का depth balance अच्छी दिख रही. Bowling देखने पे तो बहुत मजा आ रहा पाकिस्तान की. तो आज भी क्या bowling डाल रहा था Haris, man. Like, he's getting the ball to rise, getting to nip as well. And it was hot. I think it was 40 plus degrees over there. वहाँ पे they were getting soaked. The commentators were doing the pre-match. That's what I noticed. So yeah, like बहुत मजा आ रहा देख के पाकिस्तान की bowling. It's been really good. I've really, I don't know about you guys, but it's been a pleasure to watch the Pakistan team bowling. But yeah, overall, I think, like I mentioned, Haris, man of the match for me, Haris Rauf. And that's the thing. If Shaheen doesn't, Haris will get you. If Haris doesn't, Naseem will get you. Naseem really good as well. I think he's okay now. There was an injury, but then he came back to bowl. He picked up wickets, and overall, he has 3 wicket hai uske game mein. So I think he's okay, Mr. Naseem Shah. Yeah, that's something that they look at. Agar maybe if there is an injury scare, then they could play Wasim Jr. in the next game, but they'll be hoping Naseem will be fit because he has that pace, he has that control as well, good variation too. So they'll want him fit for that India game. Then maybe aage jaake if they qualify early for the finals, they can maybe rest one of the fast bowlers because it is going to be hectic. Like I mentioned, traveling and stuff, it's not easy for Pakistan. They're going in between countries, and the team is stepping up. They're not complaining. Whatever the media is saying or whatever anyone is saying, उन लोग तो बोल रहे भाई आने दो, जो भी है आने दो, हम लोग तो खेलने वाले हैं और जान लगाने वाले. और क्या जान लगा रहे बॉल के साथ, तो जबरदस्त है. अभी बैटिंग टेस्ट हुआ नहीं उन लोगों का. लेट्स सी अगर इंडिया मैच पर टेस्ट होता. लेकिन स्टिल द बैटिंग, whatever job they had to do, they got it done, and you can't blame them for anything. Can't cause any you can't point any fingers there. I think they've done a fabulous job. Now we have a couple days break. I think what Thursday, Friday is a break, and then Saturday is Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh. That's going to be hopefully the rain stays away, because that's going to be a big rivalry match as well. That Nagin derby, you can call it. तो वो मैच रहेगा फिर संडे को. इंडिया पाकिस्तान है. जस्ट दुआ करो भाई कि द रेन स्टेज अवे. उमरान मलिक को हारिस के पेस पास 2-3 महीने रखे तो आओ बोला उस्ताद. जब हारिस बीपीएल को जाता तब दैट एक्यूरेसी विद दैट पेस. हाँ बिल्कुल, लाइक हारिस देखो उन्हें अलग अलग टूर्नामेंट्स खेलता, अलग लीग्स खेलता, अलग कंडीशंस में खेलता, तो अब उन्हें जबरदस्त ग्रूम हो गया. एंड नसीम आल्सो, ही इज प्लेड इन द एलपीएल. ही इज नाउ व्हेन ही इज कमिंग टू श्रीलंका, ही नो किधर पिच करना है बॉल. So that's some of our boys, if they can get that exposure. Unfortunately, that's not the case right now. Like, if they can get that exposure in different leagues, of course, it can help them, because you see the Pakistani bowlers, whatever the conditions are, they find ways to pick up wickets. It's not going to be every time that they're going to run through you, but more often than not, it's very difficult to get them away. If there's any hint of movement or anything in the pitch, they extract it. आज उतना था नहीं, मगर उन लोग फिर भी extract करे. There was a bit, don't get me mistaken, it was more than the previous games in Lahore, but these guys are high quality when it comes to extracting. And you see the difference. Even Bangladesh were beating the bat a bit, they were getting the ball to move and everything, but that extra pace, and like the accuracy, they know कि भाई किधर edge निकालना है, LBW कहाँ से निकालना है, और miscue कहाँ से निकालना है. They know exactly that. And yeah, they're high quality bowlers, man. This is the best bowling attack right now. As of now, like things can change going into the World Cup, but as of now, this is the best bowling attack, man. It's so good to watch the Pakistan team. But yeah, जो भी है आप लोगों के सवाल आप भेजते रहिए, थोड़े ले लेंगे. And then yeah, we'll keep content coming. Make sure you guys subscribe on YouTube and hit the like button, but also follow us on Twitter and Instagram. हम लोग भेजते जा रहे content यहाँ से, श्रीलंका से. फैज भी काम कर रहा, मेहनत कर रहा. He's editing stuff and putting as well. तो आप लोग अपना support बताते रहिए, और hopefully we'll get you the latest. We got the opportunity to attend yesterday's press conference, the World Cup का जो press conference था. We were there. Chasing the Target was present, and Ajit Agarkar, Rohit Sharma were there. Ajit Agarkar announced the team. They both took questions. Unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to ask a question, but it was a very good experience. And yeah, it was expected. I felt वो जो team कटने वाले थे, नाम Sanju Samson, Tilak Verma, Prasidh Krishna, मैं तो expect कर रहा था going into that press conference, and that's exactly what happened. And yeah, some answers, some good answers. Some, of course, will you'll have to wait and see what happens. They're not going to answer like everything, but like mostly, I think Rohit Sharma, Ajit Agarkar, they answered all the questions. वो केएल राहुल और ईशान किशन का थोड़ा सा फंस गया था अगर वो टाइम पे, लेकिन फिर भी ये तो होने वाला है. Like these they themselves also will have to make a decision on that. I think that's the biggest question. Where does KL Rahul, because they put so much into this guy, you saw even his social media yesterday, like thanking everybody, and then his way to Sri Lanka. All the limelight is on him now. If do you put him in that game against Pakistan? I don't know. He's landed, he's here in Colombo, but do you play him in that game against Pakistan? It's going to be a big risk, man. I'll be very honest with you, because अय्यर देखो एक ही गेम खेला, उसको बैठा के अनफेयर रहेगा. ईशान किशन तो 50 मारा पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट, उसको नहीं निकाल सकते. स्कोर 80 ऑड रन्स अंडर प्रेशर. क्या इनिंग्स थी. तो दैट इज एक बहुत बड़ा सवाल है इंडियन टीम के लिए कि क्या करेंगे इन लोगों के साथ. KL Rahul के साथ क्या करेंगे actually in particular? That is the biggest question. I don't know, like, because on one end I'm thinking he has to earn his right. He has to work his way there, because right now the team is fine. They're doing okay. And unless there's an injury or there's a sudden drop in form, then maybe he can come in. But on the other hand, you did all this, you delayed the squad announcement, everything for him. And if he's saying he's fully fit, then do you play him? And then for who? I think with Ishan Kishan, he's going to be the wicketkeeper. If KL Rahul comes in, he might come in for a year, which will be a bit unfortunate if he comes in straight now for a year, because it was just one innings. Wo bhi pull shot tha, I know short ball tha, but it's like he did hit it. It wasn't like he felt uncomfortable against it. And before that, he was decent. So it'll be unfair on him, I feel. But yeah, that is a decision we're going to see, I think. And now there's going to be inter practice in 1 or 2 days. Then they'll see if the rain stays away, then they can have some outdoor practice, maybe on Friday or Saturday, depending on the situation. But Yeah, that's India still has a break. They still have a few days, till that game on Sunday. South Africa and Australia have announced they're playing 11 for tomorrow's first ODI. Yeah, we're looking forward to that as well. That's going to give us a good indicator going into the World Cup. Conditions alag rahenge, but like Ibrahim Bhai said, it should be a good game, and hopefully we get to see a good indicator in that thing. England and Australia also announced their teams, if I'm not mistaken, for the World Cup. David Warner is in that team. Australia is stacked with all rounders, man. They have unbelievable all-rounders in that team. They're looking really good. Let's see how they do in India, but um, both acha, they're looking like a very, very strong team, man. I'm just trying to see if I can pull up the team for tomorrow, Ibrahim Bhai, South Africa versus Australia. No, I can't really find it. So if you can let me know what the team is, and then we can probably look to wrap. Uh, but yes, Pakistan are through to the Super Fours. A very, very good win for them. Convincing victory. The bowlers set it up. The batsmen did the job, and they've won their first game of the Super Fours. Now they have 2 points on the board, and they look to build. If they beat India, then they have one foot in the final two. So वैसा रहेगा situation. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up. We had a graphic, but I can't really download that right now. I'm having trouble with my with that because but Fazbai had made a really good graphic. I don't know if I can pull that up right now for you guys. Hopefully we can keep it. We can upload it on social media or something like that. We'll speak to him and try to get that adjusted. We'll come back with the latest content yahan se, Colombo se, and we'll talk about the Asia Cup. We'll discuss South Africa, Australia tomorrow as well. Hopefully, Fez will get his internet fixed too. It's raining in India too, so he's having issues there. So like once that is sorted, he'll hopefully come. But yeah, Ibrahim bhai, thank you so much for joining me as well. Hopefully, we get a good game tomorrow between South Africa and Australia. Let's just see the squads. Pavuma, these guys, Rawada is there, Keshav is there, Klaasen is there. This is a good team. This South African team, David Miller is back as well, Wayne Parnell, Van der Dusen. Yeah, it's a good team, and they're playing against Mitchell Marsh is captain. Oh, it's interesting. Pat Cummins is not captain. I don't know if he's in the 11 or not, but actually has some strong players, man. I think they're playing Labuschagne, but he's not in the World Cup squad, if I'm not mistaken. Stoinis is there too. There's no Steve Smith available. But yeah, thank you so much for joining, Ibrahim Bhai. Thank you, everybody. Ibrahim Bhai, everyone. Make sure you stay tuned to Chasing the Target. We'll get to the latest from the Asia Cup and from all the cricket games for your cricket content. Make sure you follow on Instagram, on Twitter, and on YouTube, most importantly on YouTube as well. We will do as much as content as possible. Weather updates, because it is raining on and off here in Colombo. We'll give you weather updates. We'll give you practice updates. Hopefully we'll cover the Sri Lanka Bangladesh game too from the stadium. And as much as we can, whatever we can get for you, we will do that. Again, go back and see all the content so far on Instagram and on YouTube and on Twitter as well. There's some shorts as well which are interesting that you can see. But I think that pretty much wraps it up. Congratulations to Pakistan. Super performance. Bowler set it up. Batsman did the job. And now they all move on to the next game, which is against India. They will be prepared. They will be raring to go. And, credit them, even despite traveling and stuff, they're giving it their full and played some world-class cricket. But thank you so much for joining. Until tomorrow, take care, guys, and have a good rest of the evening.